Hello, fellow creatives. How are you today? I'm doing great, and today we're looking at this object yard for the release August 1st version of Eco's Stable Structures and Decor mod, so that you can see visually what these objects are without having to download and build them all yourself. So to use this video properly, you should click on the time codes in the description below so that you can skip straight to the parts of the mod that you want to see up close and in detail. And if you want the mod, there's a link to the Steam page in the description below. Now, I post creative ARK builds and inspiration in video format several times a week, so please subscribe. And when you're satisfied with this vid, don't forget to check out my build of King Theoden's Hall from The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, that I made using this mod. So just click in the info icon in the top right-hand corner when you're ready. All right, you guys ready to get started? Let's go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the crafting table. If we look at the crafting table here and we go to the crafting tab, you will see that you just need 25 hide and 100 wood to build it. So any beginner can begin building this. And then over here on the inventory screen, you're going to have different folders which are going to contain the different types of structures and things that you can build. And we are going to go ahead and we're going to look at these different rows of objects here, and they go ahead and correspond to each folder. So we're going to take a look at the decorative folder first. The decorative folder contains the wall nameplate, the large sign, and you can see if the text goes too large, it does kind of go off the screen, off the side of the sign a little bit there. We have a rustic podium for first, second, and third for races. And then we have a painted storage barrel. And it is a storage barrel. It contains about 100 slots. So that's perfect. And then we also have a hay floor bedding. Now this bedding is really cool because if you hold your action button, you can lower the bedding a bit or you can raise the bedding, and you can go over and over and over on this. And it's, I believe it's solid, so you can walk on it, and you can make adjustable floors that way if you want to do it that way. But really, it's just to kind of cover up the foundations that you would use for like horse stalls. That's what it's intended for. But you know, we can of course use plenty of inventive sort of ways to find new uses for that. Okay, so the next folder is going to be furniture, and this contains a rustic chair, a large rustic table, just regular kind of nightstand type of thing, and a nice little bed here. I really like this bed over the other beds. I would use this in just about any build, to be honest. Okay, and then next folder are the jumps. Now these are for your horses. We have the stone jump here, the wooden jump here, the wood metal jump, so it's like a wood jump with metal wiring, and then we have the stone and wood jump, or the wooden stone jump, which is pretty cool. And then in the subfolder we have these numbers. So these pylons are marked 1 through 10, and they're used to number the type of jumps, the number of which jump number you're going through. You could also maybe use it for numbering apartment blocks or something like that if you wanted to. Just lots of different ways you could use those numbers that I can think of. The next folder is lights. There are currently 2 lights. The first actually is this wall lamp. It attaches to the side of this wall here. And then we have a larger version for a ceiling lamp. And of course, you can pick up all of these if you want. So every object, I think, is pick-upable. Next folder is the saddles and tack. So these babies actually do have storage for 50 items. I believe every single one of them, the large tack does not, for whatever reason. But it should eventually. And then we have the moth saddle, the doty saddle, the spiny lizard saddle, the toad saddle, and the wolf saddle. Now, these are all kind of decorative, but when you have saddles, the point is you should be able to use them to store saddles and tack in. So that's the idea behind these. And then the next folder we have is storage. Now, storage is going to be the regular storage barrel. If you remember the painted barrel we had, this is kind of the regular version of that. The painted ones you would probably use more on an equestrian course, or if you had a really American-themed build. The small storage crate, of course, holds 50 items. The medium storage crate holds 75. And then these large storage crates are themed. They each hold 100. But this first one is kind of Just got wood, hay, and then a sack of feed on top. And then this large storage rack, there you go, also holds 100 and has a sack of feed on the bottom, a couple tools in the middle, and what's that, hay on top. And then this one's really cool. It's got a bucket, a little storage crate, just, non-functional items that look really pretty, and a rifle on top, and a hat, and a shovel, which apparently has, okay, that's interesting. I've never seen that in a game before, but hey, it's an aesthetic thing, and it's really cool. And then we have this hay bale. Now, this hay bale, I believe it might function, nope, you can just store regular items, so it's not a trough. Although, maybe it should be. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next folder. So this is structures. The base structures folder contains this huge windmill. And this is a cool one because you can hook it up to water. So it can actually become functional, or you can just use it decoratively. This feeding trough is actually a feeding trough. So it contains 200 storage items for food. And then we have this wood pillar here. This wood pillar acts like any other wood pillar in that when you snap them into each other, I think they snap kind of overlapping. And then we have this kind of wood pillar top. This is the same object. I've just snapped it to two different things. You can snap it to the bottom of a ceiling, or you can snap it to the top of a wood shaft. The wood pillars here are actually a little shorter than the normal pillars to make room for this thing to be put on top. So it gives you kind of a nice little structural look to it. And then we have this inverted support here and this inverted sloped wall. So these are distinct objects, and they're really kind of nice little support things. And then we have this saloon door frame, and then the saloon door, which we'll look at later, actually fits into this slot here. It's a slightly wider door slot is what it is. And then here is the base of any build you're going to make with this mod, a stable floor foundation. So that's how that looks. And then we have the walls. So this is a stable window. This is a stable window frame. This is a rope half stable wall. This is a metal half stable wall. So these are different types of kind of half walls for your stables. I don't think they're full height. No, I think they are full height. They're full height. But this bottom half stable wall goes up to about halfway. You can kind of see the seam there. And then this top half stable wall can go on top, or it can go on top of any of these if you want. It's just kind of how you want to mix and match it, really. But that's kind of how that looks together. And then here we have the glass arch stable wall. So that's for something that you would probably put on top of maybe one of these things if you wanted. Or on top of this glass here. So that's a glass pane, and that's a glass pane. Then we have the full stable wall, the door frame, the double door frame, and then we have the wood ceiling. You're getting too close, buddy. Go away. Shoo. There we go. Got it. All right, so we got this wood ceiling here. It just works like any other wood ceiling. It just kind of attaches to the top of any wall object. And then we have the sloped left wall and the sloped right wall. So these are snapped in this exact same place, so you can see the orientations are different. All right, next we're going to look at the angled subfolder in the structures folder, and this is going to include the angled foundation, so the angled stable floor left and the angled stable floor right. These are triangle objects, which are really cool, and all the objects that go on the sides of them, as you can see. So this is our double door frame. This is our full stable wall. This is our ceiling right, and this is our ceiling left. And this is, let's see, this is the sloped left, sloped right, door frame, so a window frame, and then we have the half stable walls. As you can see, that's the middle half stable wall. This is the bottom half stable wall with the top half stable wall. And then we have this full glass stable wall right here, which is really nice. I really like those. All right, next we have the arches subfolder. So this is a single arch frame. This is the double wide version of that. So you can put two gates in here. This is the tall version, so the tall frame, the frame tall double wide. And these are the versions with the single wide top arch on top. So this is the single wide top arch. This is what the double wide top arch looks like. And then we have the angled versions of the single, medium, and tall versions. So the frame single wide, the double wide, the tall double wide, and then the versions of those with the arches, as you can see here. Okay, so now we are in the doors and windows folder, and this is a really cool one. This is the stable window, just the standard one. This is our glass stable door. As you can see, it opens both ways. This is the glass window door, so it has a nice little window pattern to it. This is our solid stable door with window, and our solid stable door. And we have the saloon doors. As you can see, I've added a saloon door frame here. So you can just kind of walk through, and they just open automatically for you, which is really cool. It's a really neat feature. Then the glass double door, and the window double door, and the solid double door, and the window double door lock. So, yeah. And then next we have these single stable wide stables. So that's what that looks like right there. The gate there. This is a solid stable door, double wide or single wide, just regular. This is the, let's see if I can find it. Stable door, double wide. Yep. Looks pretty good. Same thing right there. And then the angled versions of all these. Woo. And you can write on them, which is really cool. All right, very nice. That's how those look. And now we're on to the fences and railings. So this is the regular standard wood railing. Looks very nice. This is the wooden gate frame. And this is the wooden gate frame with the wooden gate in it. And this is your standard wood fence. And then we have the angled versions, a rope railing, and then a standard wood railing. Next, we're on to the gates subfolder. So this is your angled short stable gate frame. This is the same thing with the doors inside. Ooh, I love that sound. So that's how they look on the short ones. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick this up because we're going to probably use it to demo on maybe a larger one. All right, and this is our short solid stable gate, our full-sized one, which is pretty dang cool, if I have to say so. And I'm going to pick this one up too. Okay, and then we're going to grab those, and I'm going to show you how they look on the wide versions of this. So this is our short stable gate frame, but we're going to attach it here, and you can see that it's a little wider, and you can see the full thing, and it fits in both sizes, basically. And same thing with this baby, except maybe we pick that up and we put it right there. There you go. So now you can kind of see how this one looks. Looks good. Okay, great. Now this is going to be the regular gate frame. It's kind of like the dino frame size, and this is the stable gate. It's pretty big still. It's like the Jurassic Park gates if you want to use those. And then this ginormous behemoth gate type of thing. This is the wood behemoth gate. Frankly, I think it's bigger than the normal behemoth gates, if I am correct. Look at the size of these timbers. They're just huge. I'm not sure if the scale is off or not. But anyway, that's how these open up. I think they're meant to be that big, judging by the sound. All right, next we've got the pathways. Now these are kind of interesting. This is the stable pathway. I will show you in a minute what these are. Rotated stable pathway. This is the stable pathway with a pathway stairs going down, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Now this is on normal ground, but you can use these at a lot of different heights. So if we go through the terrain here, you can see how far down these go. So you can get quite a bit of height on these, and they'll look pretty good. So just kind of an FYI there. So this is the rotated version of the stable pathway stairs. There are two different versions. So just use the one that snaps properly to the stable pathway you're using. Basically, the rotated stable pathway stairs snap correctly to the rotated stable pathway, and the normal stable pathway stairs attach correctly to the stable pathway. We've got the stable pathway left corner here and the stable pathway left corner reversed. I put these at the same orientation so you know that the snap points are orientated the same, but they are actually kind of mirror images of each other. And then we've got the same thing for the stable pathway right corner and the right corner reversed. And next we're going to go ahead and look at these rope railings. That's the standard one. This is the left long rope railing. It is long in that it kind of extends leftward just a little bit. This is not an angled version. That's a different thing. This is just an extra piece if you need that extra length. So same thing for the right version. Next, we've got the ramps and stairs subfolder. So this is your standard short wood ramp. This is your long wood ramp. And then we have stair versions, the short wood stairs and the long wood stairs. A future update is going to come out with railings for all 4 of these objects. And the railings are basically going to look kind of like the canted versions of this thing. And then we've got the roof pieces. So these roof pieces are a lot more extensible and usable than the vanilla ones. I will show you in just a second what I mean. So we've got the angled metal ceiling left and the angled metal ceiling right. It might be easier if I kind of fly for these, so I will do this. We have the 90-degree metal roof corner. This is something that is not in the base game, and it's something I specifically requested, and Eco was kind enough to add it in. It's really kind of an amazing roof piece because this kind of geometry is used in the real world a lot. So if you're trying to do some interesting architecture stuff with roofs, this piece is indispensable, let me tell you. And then we have a metal ceiling, and we have a metal roof corner. This is your standard one that extends out equally in both directions. All right, and then we have the left roof corner, 90 to 45. This just lets you kind of go left a little bit, but it doesn't extend left that far like that. And then the same thing for the right version. It extends out to the right a bit, but doesn't go that way. And then we have the rustic metal roof, which is kind of your standard slanted roof. And then this is the left angled rustic metal roof. It works for the angled pieces here. Same thing for the right angled rustic metal roof and your standard angled rustic metal roof. And then we have this kind of triangle piece that is angled as well. And then on structures and the Weathervane, and then on the Weathervanes subfolder, we have 2 choice pieces. These go on the roofs as well, but we have the standard equestrian Ecus Weathervane featuring an Ecus. You put this on top of your ceiling. And then we have the Raptor version, which is also, if you want kind of a more dino-oriented theme, you got one right there. That's really cool. And then finally, back in the main area of the crafting table, we have the trophies folder. Now, the trophies folder includes a couple cool things: a first place ribbon, a second place ribbon, a third place ribbon. There used to be a You Tried ribbon, but I guess that got removed. And then we've got the first place trophy, the second place trophy, and the third place trophy, or the one that I like to call the Holy Grail, because you have chosen wisely. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the mod. So thanks to Eco for letting me give this mod a test drive before it's released. Let's try that again. Thanks to Eco for letting me give this mod a test drive before it's released. If you enjoyed this vid, you're in luck because it's part of a whole channel full of ARK building videos. I didn't used to think I was very creative until I tried. So I'm making my videos to help you be creative too. So subscribe and then become a little more creative by clicking in the top left corner for my newest build. I'll see you next time, and in the meantime, go make something awesome.